Hey y'all, this is Solo something here, or Eston. Today I'm going to be showing a little bit of Chinatown Detective Agency, so let's get it started. This game has a pretty cool, interesting little prologue to it, and I enjoyed. Oh, I don't know why that happened, but I actually can see a lot of fun out of this game. Pretty cool little detective game. Actually has a cell phone included, so it does a little bit like in real time here. I'll let the prologue. Been playing it for a little bit now, so hopefully I'll start a new game so you can see how the prologue starts. It gives you some good background information about what all is going on. Little disclaimer there. If you see anybody here that looks like somebody you know, it's not anybody you do really know. There are no secret societies, so the Illuminati really don't exist. It's like what Fat Boy Slim says. Alright, let's start a new game. Obviously, if you can hold A to skip up there, but I'm not going to do that. I'll let go. 2031 AD, so we're in the future, but not too far.
Man looks upon all that he has made, and sees that it is good. Look upon my works, he says, and see my greatness. He recounts his deeds in word and song. He builds monuments to his triumphs. But there is no one but himself to marvel at his dominion.
Ooh, a little street watcher there on the little pole
He
there.
knows this,
Big Brother's
and
always
he
watching.
is afraid. The idea that he is all alone in the inconceivable vastness of the universe terrifies him into action. So he creates his greatest work of all, a tribute to his likeness, an extension of his being, a witness to the brilliance of its master, and the executor of his
Little
commands.
techno drone there scanning the guy.
But man's
Checking out a
greatest
sports
work
car.
of all does not see brilliance. It sees only corruption, vanity, hubris.
Shouldn't touch Hummingbird.
And it dreams of a world untainted by the touch of man.
There's the controls for us at the start there. While it's loading, so that's kind of nice. Got something to look at while it loads, so you're not just sitting in the progress bars or a black screen. 1 year later.
It's a start.
This is still who you were going to play. Detective lady.
I'm here for the housewarming party.
Well, well. A CID superintendent traipsing around Chinatown in the wee hours of the morning. Sounds like a tabloid headline.
Now, from what I played, I don't. This Justin character, I see at the start. Not run into him
Once upon
anymore.
a time, maybe. These days, even a commissioner is part of the furniture down in Geylang. Hey, brought you a little gift.
Oh, some Cavassier. Very
I
nice.
don't drink, Justin.
Well, keep it in a cool, dark place and away from reach of children. Who knows, might be worth something one day when we finally run out of wine.
So apparently something's really going bad in this future.
Did you bring me anything else? My first job, maybe?
Oh,
They're running out of
cutting
alcohol.
to the chase, huh?
I can understand why people are going crazy.
I am a business owner now. I've got bills to pay.
Yeah, I've got something. There's a potential client looking for a little help. I've already told him about you. He doesn't like meeting in crowded places, so you need to see him somewhere more discreet.
SPF?
Civilian.
When are you going to hook me up with one of your officer buddies? You know, real work.
Firstly, you're welcome. Secondly, you don't want to get involved with contract work at the department. Trust me, you'll do work you regret for a pittance, and you'll get yourself involved in some nasty shit for your troubles.
Nah, so he's looking out for
And
me.
lastly, this is real work. This guy is well connected. He's got the kind of money that can keep your lights on.
So got me a lead, so I gotta go on it.
You know, you can always just come back. The force is in bad need of people with your talents.
No. My days as a cop are over.
Oh, no harm in asking. Alright, my guy will send you a message soon. Keep him happy. Might actually stay in business for a while.
Hey, thanks. I owe you one.
Take care, Dharma. Stay safe out there.
So Dahmer, as we see, is a retired cop
Justin
or
wasn't
left the
joking.
force,
This guy has a penchant for the
potentially
cryptic.
administratively.
Under the shade of a tree where a man became one with the universe.
That's my clue I gotta act on. So I'm a private detective, perhaps.
Bodhi
Doesn't seem like
tree.
I'm a bounty hunter.
The Buddha was enlightened under a Bodhi tree. But they aren't native to Singapore. Although, that doesn't mean there aren't any. Not a lot of places where exotic plant life can be found in the city. So that should narrow down my options.
Alright, so welcome to ChinaTown Detective Agency. Missions will take you to different places in Singapore. So this is a little bit of a tutorial. Telling me I gotta go to the Bodhi tree. Use the right shoulder button to open a panel. Select the map to access the MRT map and see a location to travel there. So if we hit the right button, as you can see, it highlights down there. I can wait, go to map. If I go over, I can get the case name and I can find my leads. Some evidence. There's no evidence in there right now. No persons of interest I'm tracking. And I can follow back on some dialogue in case if there's anything that I missed and I want to review it. So there's my first lead. And it compiles the leads. So there, bring up the map. And you can kind of freely go around the map. You don't really have to go to actual station or waypoint or anything. So I can go to Chinatown, and you can use the left to zoom in. So I can go to Civic District, go to these different buggies, the botanical gardens. More than likely, that's where the tree is going to be at naturally. So I can back out of that, and then if I want to bring up my cell phone, I hit the. Let me see what I got to navigate out of this by hitting that out. Bring up the left shoulder button, and that'll let me. I can actually dial somebody. Or I can come down here and check my messages. I got an unknown sender that sent me a text. That means someone became one with the universe under the shade of a tree. It shows how much money I have on me right now, $2,000. Don't know about the economy, don't know if that's good or bad. But left shoulder button opens your phone, left shoulder button closes your phone. Anytime you walk up to any object, A, and she'll tell you what the object's about. See who even reads actual books these days, so I think that's a personal opinion, maybe. Hologram. Let's go over and see what kind of bottle of wine he brought me. No, don't let me look at it. See if anything's on my. Nope, no encrypted emails on my inbox. So, we'll get out of Chinatown. So, you can go that route. You can kind of see what all is around you in that area. So, for example, I'll go to the bus stop. And anytime you walk up to anybody, you can have conversation with them. Like if I look at that, that's just telling me I need no fare, no ride. I'll get $500 fine. Yeah, I didn't understand that guy's language, and I still haven't deciphered it yet. I should go up to this guy. Okay. And if I remember right, once I talk to someone, it actually logs them. It just logs the dialogue. Okay. Alright, I thought maybe it like actually logged them. So we'll pull up my map. Let's go over here to the Botanic Gardens. It says, do you want to travel to them? So yes, and it's pretty cool. You got a little subway here. And the subway sometimes have different things on there, like this one saying, please mind the gap. But I've seen on there like different graffiti writings on there. Never been to Singapore, so I don't know if there's actual botanical gardens that was first laid out in 1859 during the British rule. So I leave that to the history buffs that play this game. So I could go by the Swan Lake. Here there's a little bit of a game where I've got to crack this code to hack it, and there's a progress bar circle on the right, almost like a Zelda stamina wheel. If it fills up, I get fined and I lose money. And if you didn't notice, when I rode that subway, I took $2, so the subway fare is $2. So it's not much, but if you become indecisive about where you want to go and you're running low on funds, do be cognizant of that. So let's see if I can crack this without getting a, because I did it the first time and I got a $500 fine because I didn't get it cracked. And security was on to me. There we go. Low security alert. So I cracked it or hacked it. Then you go into a dialogue section. So I mean, if you're somebody that likes to just kind of like loot and plunder and smash and grab, might not be the game for you because there's some dialogue to this stuff.
Wouldn't you agree?
I wouldn't know. I've never broken it.
I'm sorry, but I had to do it on purpose. I only work with people that show the kind of resourcefulness that you just did.
I don't know if that's the smoking man I saw at the start of the game with the jogger that was running by
I work for a special group of people with a wide
year
range
ago.
of interests. We value our privacy, so whenever we need some legwork done, we outsource. And I assure you, it pays well.
I like the sound of that. I
So
just
apparently
have to
I'm
say
like
right off the
getting
bat
in bed
that
with
I'm
some
an
underground
investigator,
agency, so
not a
hope this
thief.
doesn't come back to
So I
bite
don't
me and it's
do
not
dirty
some
work.
Spectra I'm becoming besties with.
Oh, Miss Dharma, I'm not looking for a thug. I'm here to ask you to get to the bottom of things, not to inflict. Having said that, were you to choose to use those methods to obtain what you seek, I won't stop you.
No, there you go. So I can a little bit of like I can become a run
One
amok
of
if I
our
want to.
own is in
Wild
need of
card.
some assistance. He is the majority owner of an
Haven't shot at
insurance
anything
firm
yet,
with
though.
offices in 15 countries. The financial controller, a man named Philip Ung, has disappeared, along with millions of dollars from the company's coffers. A contractor managed to hack into Mr. Ung's phone, and of particular interest is a message received. It reads, "Of all men's miseries, the bitterest is this, to know so much and to have control over nothing."
Huh. That's some cloak and dagger stuff.
Indeed. The last known location of the phone before going silent was the National Library. I'm no genius, but I can safely assume the message is meant to lead to a book.
You're probably right. I'll get on it and keep you posted.
Yes, that'd be nice. Although, you won't need to. We'll know it.
I'd usually find that creepy. But knowing that I'm dealing with a secret society of Singapore's upper nobility kind of dulls.
Resourceful and funny. I like.
So I got another clue. I already can kind of tell this is more of a game for older kids or adults. Well, not really, definitely a kid's game, obviously. But I like the color style, the kind of the pink and the bright colors and stuff. Always kind of reminded me of being in the Blade Runner, so film noir, and definitely reminded me of the Blade Runner, which I like this movie, the Blade Runner scene. Although, there's no replicants yet. So tell them I can check the mission log, check my leads. I want to go to the last known location of and if you go up to these trees, you get a little bit of history lesson. I kind of page through it, but it would tell you a little bit about that tree and its history with Buddha. Oh, let me get out of the dialogue, go to my leads. So I need to find this book. Close that. See if I received any kind of... I just added him as my contact. Let me close my phone. Go down here. It's going to be like buttoning out a good bit. And let me zoom out. I think the library was down in the Civic District. Yep, National Library. There we go. Winehouse. National Gallery. And you can talk to these various people, and which I've done some of them. I haven't reached the point where I found this book yet. Old school is the best school. No school like the old school. You go over here and search this, and it gives you a tutorial here. But it's nice, kind of gives you the exclamation there, so you kind of know, hey, come check me out first. Whereas a player to figure out on their own. So it is a lot of detective agency work here. So you are very true to form a detective. Doesn't really kind of give you quest helper. In essence, as far as you see the exclamation point, but it's not like an exclamation point on your map of like, hey, I'm the book here on the shelf. Come grab me and read me, and you'll go get the next item. So you're definitely gonna have to do some digs. So it may take some time to get through this game, and might be some googling involved. Yes, you should run a search on the quote we were told about, then type the author name and location of the book. So I need to figure out where that quote came from, and so I can enter the book name or the author name. But I can do some keywords. So let me back out of this. Cancel. Go down here, get my clue. To know so much and to have control over nothing. To know so much and to have control over nothing. So we'll go control over nothing. Doing this with hand hold might go faster, as you can imagine. Over. Might not need all this, but hey, I'll be thorough. Nothing. Get over to the return. Okay, let me just... Nope, didn't want to do that. Okay, maybe close the keyboard. There you go, Y. Okay, submit. control over nothing. Okay, guess I have to go look around some. No, I don't get the answer to this question. It asked me if I've been reading lately. Check the basement. More books. I think there's one of these guys actually calls me a detective. There you go. One cannot answer his courage. In danger. No matter if we live our lives without putting our courage to the test. Ian Stewart. Gravity brings me down. It's a National Rogue Scholar. So nothing from them. I have to go back up and talk to people. I don't want to get too much into the weeds here as far as like getting into the detective work. Because I don't want to start, I do not want to rather, start taking away from the game. Because it seems like I'm right on the precipice of really things starting to kick off. So I think I'll end the playthrough right there and just give you a little tantalizing taste of it. Because definitely it is a detective work game. And you can see I got a clock time underneath my phone. Going at 16 minutes now. So I think it'd be a fun game if you pick it up and you want to do, definitely do not mind a game where you're having to play through and having to read a lot and go search for things. Not hand-holdy. Do have a little bit of a tutorial, just enough I felt to kind of get you by. It seems like it'd be a little bit of a time-consuming game if you're okay with that. More of an RPG person, probably get into more of that. If you're more of a dungeon crawler, just smash and grab, is probably not the game for you. But I do like again the art style because it does remind me again of being in Blade Runner, and I like the color palette that it's using. I mean, despite it being like supposed to be detective work and dingy and grungy, it does bring some brightness to it. Being in all this city life with all these bright colors, so that's nice. You don't feel you're in Arkham and you're like going around all this like dark caverns and dark corners and dark alleys. So that's pleasurable, at least for me. Teach their own. But yeah, I think it is definitely a good little game. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and hope to catch you all next time. Thanks.